There we go. And you can probably see me on my other screen because I've got two set up so I can see my screen and you guys as well. So let's get started. So here's the topic. Firstly, thanks again, everyone, for joining in. Hope you're going to get some value from this. As I said, I'll probably just call out some commands to check you're following along and hopefully things are making sense. But the topic, exactly how to build relationships with cold market prospects from scratch on social media and turn them into happy, because that's important, happy paying customers, right? Not just people who bought something because you're so good at marketing and selling and then they realize, actually, I'm not so happy. Like, it's very important about that. So what you will get from being here, you'll get a deeper understanding of why online, and in particular social media, makes it easier than ever to make sales to people who at start to you are a cold market, and over time that you'll get warmer because of your relationship building. You're going to increase your skill set to building relationships that can lead to sales. Okay, so a lot of people have trouble. First, find if they have that barrier of building a relationship with new people, but then the next barrier or the next part of the process in their business is converting someone to a customer. And I'll give you some action takeaways on that as well. So you actually leave with some tangible stuff that you can use. A simpler but powerful perspective on marketing, because it is actually such a big, large thing. And I don't think a lot of people appreciate how powerful marketing really is. And it doesn't need to be actually as complicated as people make it out to be. And you won't make the rookie mistakes that most people do. They just haven't been trained properly. I've been well trained. Luckily, I've had a mentor who's had loads of experience in the industry, and luckily I've learned from him. And that way, that's how I've actually succeeded. I'm going to show you later on some of my results, but that is how I've succeeded. I've learned from someone who knows this stuff, and then I've taken it on and made it my own as well. And at the end, hopefully you'll stay till the end. I'm going to give you a free gift from me that I created myself. Maybe one day it'll be some very cool, popular thing, but I created it myself to help boost your mindset. Because end of the day, no matter how much I teach about marketing, if your mindset isn't on it, then it's very difficult to even apply anything you learn. So I'm going to give you that, and I'm going to give you a perfect friend finder tool. So however much you've heard about social media in terms of target marketing, it's very powerful because there's all that data out there. But I'm going to show you how you can do that without paying for anything, just simply downloading an app that I helped someone in India created with me. So that's that. Before we get started into the whole topic, let's see where people are with with their understanding, their thoughts. If I ask everyone one by one, you can type in the chat if you're not able to speak. What is the purpose of relationships to you? Everyone, you can shout out whenever you feel like it. Helen?
Oh, sorry, I'm writing.
Okay, no worries. Lolita?
For me, it's connection and really being able to assist.
Okay, great. Thank you. Suzanne, have you got any ideas? Oh, wait, there's a chat here. It says hi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. How about you, Helen? What is the purpose of relationships in your eyes?
Same again, connection, but also just finding out about people, getting inspiration, just building network, I suppose, as well.
Okay, so you said connection and inspiration, right?
Connection, inspiration, getting to know people, network. you know, building your network.
Okay.
Things like that.
Okay, cool. Suzanne's written here, I'm guessing you mean in this context, then I'm tempted to be pragmatic and say it's about building my business, but it goes further than that, of course. Yes, it definitely does. And to build your business, we need to build the relationships. So there's a purpose. Oh, I see what you're saying, as in that's where it's going. But let me just give you my simple thought on relationships, whether it's, you know, marriage, whether it's partnerships, whether it's business, whatever, right? People, one person to another. Relationships add value. That's this most simple way I can explain it. Relationships add value, because if you just know one other person, you don't say you're in a relationship or you have a relationship with one other person, right? Usually when you add value to each other, there's a form of relationship there. So I don't mean it just like in a very bland way, but in a very simple way to think about this. Always remember the idea that relationships add value. And this goes a long way in marketing. You'd be surprised when some people just forget a little bit about it every time. It would be useful to remember it. So that's just wanted to give the temperature gauge on that. Okay, so before we get started, just so you know that it's coming from a good source. I know you guys know me, so I know hopefully you guys trust that this is coming from a good place. But you know, there's a lot of people who might be watching on the replay later on as well. So I thought I'd just repeat anyway. I can start anyway, really. But essentially, I am in online marketing full time right now, as well as doing affiliate marketing. I'm also teaching marketing, and I'm also marketing for myself because I'm a mentor in my business as well. So everything ties together so nicely. And as I said, marketing is such a broad thing, so it ties into with all kinds of other stuff that I do. I've invested heavily into myself. When I say that, I mean time, money, energy, everything, because that's what it takes. It takes going all in to really, really embrace what we actually have, right? I actually changed my career for this as well. That's how all in I was. It doesn't mean every single person has to, but I chose to because I have a passion, and I'll tell you why, about my why as well. But just want to show you here. I've been to many live events of late as well. I've picked up a lot of tips and I've implemented as well. So that's me and a gentleman called John Pemberthy. He is like one of the best online marketers in the world, especially when it comes to webinars. So he's good, and I'm quite close with him, working in his academy. Also mentor with Ed JC Smith. So some of you watching might recognize him as well. He's basically kind of like my life and business coach mentor as well. You know, I partnered with an academy called Champion Academy in London, and you know, he's a top entrepreneur. He's had many businesses, and he's just teaching ordinary people like myself, like some people here, like just we can literally inspire so many people if we just let go of some limiting beliefs. And having the right knowledge and a mentor, you can actually achieve so much. And that's what the industry I'm in as well. Mentorship, especially within mindsets and breakthrough, you know, raising people's beliefs. So I'm a qualified coach as well. And, you know, I really enjoy a fun lifestyle as well. So as much as I can, one of my dream is to pretty much always have a life of choice, right? And, you know, money does play a big part in that, right? I think the real freedom is about when we're free in our mind. But you know, living in this physical world, we do have to live with the means. So it's great when you can live a life of choice, and that's what it's about for me as well. And just to give you an idea of the journey that I went through, you know, and so it wasn't always like this. I was actually in a career, and I was quite, you know, serious about my career. I was working in finance in an insurance company. All of a sudden I realized, wow, I don't love my job. Like, it was very strange. I went from being serious and this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, and it's so normal to actually, no, I don't love my job. And, you know, most people can accept that and they just get on with life anyway, but I just couldn't do that. Once I realized that and I'm not living my truth, I'm doing a disservice to my company by working for them when I realized I didn't love my job and my mind just wasn't there, right? So it's a very hard decision to make, but I actually left that career, which I worked quite hard for. And the reason I also didn't love it is because I was so exposed to this freedom lifestyle of entrepreneurship that we actually have at our fingertips that we can actually make use of. So I actually joined a network marketing company. This is whilst I was working, of course. And I thought it was great. I couldn't wait to share it with my friends and family, just to, you know, help grow my business. But like many people who've been in the industry, doesn't quite go that way. You know, I got a caption here of someone saying it's a pyramid scheme. And it's just very common, right? People are going to believe what they read. People are going to have their own thoughts, even if you're the person going to them. There's a lot of reasons actually why your friends and family aren't going to be the ones that really get your business going when you think I've got something to offer that everyone would appreciate. There are certain reasons for that. And a lot of that's to do with the fact that they know you from your past compared to this change that you are now. That's a very hard one to reverse. But, you know, over time, I'm pretty confident that, you know, if you really go with your heart all in, your family will really come around to you with whatever your family and friends will really come around to what you're doing, even if they didn't understand it at first. But you just got to go with yourself, right? You got to think for you, and you just got to trust, you know, that you're coming from the best place. So that didn't go so well, network marketing. And in fact, I wasn't so confident in the actual model that I was in because it was very physical. There wasn't as much online, you know, leverage like I'm using now. And, you know, it's very painful because I'd kind of committed, I kind of announced like, yes, I'm part of this business, but it wasn't going actually how I planned it to. And I had to find an alternative. Otherwise, I would have just had to carry on with it, right? Luckily, I did. I checked out things like affiliate marketing and other make money online type methods. And thankfully, like I said, I found a mentor, and he really showed me the way. And because of him, I achieved all kinds of results. So just quickly go into that now. By the way, I got a picture of a family there because, you know, the thing that really kicked into me was when I realized I could live a life where me and my family could actually live a whole life, not actually needing to go to work, but also earn money, you know, from setting that up for a few years. Then I thought, wow, I really want to give that a shot. So I really did, and I'm still doing that. So there's it's very important, you know, to go after what you want with all in. Then to want to show you then, as a result of me going all in, as a result of me investing into myself, as a result of, you know, following mentors' teachings and help, I have achieved great results. And, you know, it wasn't like this was so normal. At first, I was like, oh my God, where am I going to get my first sale from? Like, I believed it. I bought into the idea so easily. I was like, wow, like, I just jumped into something and I thought it's just going to be great. But again, it requires a bit of breakthrough. And if I'd really learned the art of relationship building from early on, then I probably would have felt fine. But I also feel like I was given the lesson. Like, it really helps me remember. And it's great because now I can teach it as well for others too. So yeah, those are some of my results right now. And I'm helping others also achieve the same, right? It takes time for people to get into it. But like I said, I'm very passionate about teaching and mentoring. So it's way more than about me now. Like, I've come from this place where I just want to really help others, right? Just to prove a concept and a point that this can be done. So usually I have this sort of slide just, you know, so people understand who this is for, who it's not for. What I'm about to share is for givers, okay? It's not for takers. It's for people who genuinely want to help others, not for people who want to think about themselves. The reason why I say that is so some of the things that I can share can actually be quite powerful. And my mentor mentioned this as well. Like, it's very powerful stuff that you can be given. And it's very important that whenever you share it, whenever you share something that's of such high value, you really make sure that who you're sharing it to has good intentions of how they use it. So just doing my bit for that. It's actually very helpful for people who are in the referral marketing industry. So network marketing, obviously an example, affiliate marketing as well. Anything that involves relationships between one another, right, before the sale, it's very important. It's very useful. Coaches, especially if you're coaching, if you're in a teaching position, right? This works very, very well because that teacher-student relationship is one of the best things. I love it. It's especially for someone who's new, right? So someone who's new and wants to make their first few breakthrough sales, right? Because once you got a few sales in a business and you're able to market your results, that's a lot easier, right? When you haven't got results to market, you've actually, you've got a lot of work to do, especially in that relationship building front. After that, it does get a lot easier, I can say from experience. And it's not for people who are already making consistent high ticket sales, right? So if you're watching and you're already earning so well and you're doing it in your sleep, all that sort of stuff, then please stay. That's fine. You can see what I've got to share, but most likely you're at that next stage where you're working on a more leveraged basis. And lastly, it's for action takers, not sitter backers, which I think is it's kind of important to understand, like whether it's this presentation, whether it's anything, this industry, right? People are not going to survive if they're not an action taker. I promise you that. But if your why is so strong, you will want to take action. Okay, so that's just a bit of that. Hope everyone's enjoying this so far. Is that Sarisha showing her camera? Hi, Sarisha. Thanks for joining. Saw you much earlier on. Okay. Okay. So what is the goal, right? The goal, obviously, let's say we want to make a sale, right? Let's keep things very obvious. In the most ideal case, right? You got a brand new prospect, and they just surrender and they tell you their problem, right? They understand that the solution to solve the problem is to take what you're offering, right? And when they understand that so much and they want that so much, they'll actually buy, because people buy not based on needs, they buy based on wants, right? And they're more likely to you're more likely to secure your deal because of their trust in you. I'm going to explain something later where they actually buy into the message and the messenger, right? It's very, very cool stuff. But is a prospect really going to tell you their biggest problems, their real challenges, someone brand new? No, we've got to do that relationship building so we can get to this stage where they actually honestly tell you their truth, their problems. Why? Because you built that know, like, and trust factor, and you're demonstrating yourself as someone who can help them with their problem. When someone tells you about their problems, there's a reason. They're telling you because they believe that you have a solution for them. They would not tell some random other person about their problems if that person was of no value, if they didn't think that person was of any value to tell it to, right? They're looking for a solution to their problem if they're telling you about their problems, even if they don't realize it. That's what's happening. So the know, like, and trust factor, I'm going to talk about that as well. Where are we at? Cool. Okay, so I want to just bust a couple of myths, right? Because this is where limiting beliefs come in, and it's just great if I can just squash them so that you don't need to worry about some of these things. So some people say you can't build a business from cold market alone. When I was in my network marketing company and I'd heard about affiliate marketing, and I said, yeah, I want to go online. I want to take this concept and promote my network marketing company online. And my upline said, no, you can't do that. Like, no one has ever built a business from cold market. And I was like, seriously? As in, I didn't believe them. I was like, are you seriously saying this? Like, it's just such a normal thing. I'm sure it is. But they're very firm with that belief. And it's because, the system that they're in never really embraced online. But for me, I was like, no, I see the potential of this. So I'm going to do it. And I did. So they say you need to start off with a list to be successful. No, you don't. That's fine. That helps, but you don't need to start with a list. A list is basically people you've already built the relationship with, and you need to have that list to start a business. You can create that list as you start your business, even before you start your business, before you want to launch, right? If you're good at building relationships fast, right? You get to a point where you can actually build very good relationships fast, especially when you get to a point where people just recognize the value of you so quickly because of how you're set up online. That's what it comes down to. they say you need high positioning and results to make sales. Like I said, it's much easier when you got results to market of your own. If they want to, they want results, right? They want to learn from someone who has also got results, but you don't need to, right? I obviously started off from scratch, and the reason why I got to it is because I made edification after edification after edification. And I'll tell you after about some of the mistakes that people make when it comes to them starting off with no results. They believe that you need to pay to find a target audience and get your content in front of others. Not the case. Social media, so much is possible. You can find the exact type of prospects you want without using paid features. And people think it takes too long to build relationships. It does take time, for people to buy into you, people to buy into your trust and all that stuff. But actually, you can be building a relationship without your physical time. I'll go into that later. But essentially, you can let your content do the relationship building for you, and they literally feel like you're there, which is the amazing thing about social media and online marketing. Okay, so that's what I was just going to talk about next then. Did you know that you could build relationships without even speaking or chatting to someone, right? So there's two types of marketing. There's active marketing, which is like prospecting, and there's passive marketing, which is all that content stuff without you physically being there, talking to them, specifically to them. And this is why I love, for example, Facebook, why I guess other platforms as well, but especially Facebook. For you to build a relationship with someone, it's about like the number of times you see them, right? I might have no idea how much this other person has been watching my content, but because they've seen it so much, they genuinely feel like I really feel like I really know you. And then obviously that's the case because I kind of put my life out there quite a bit, but I put out stuff that's actually relevant to them. That's the reason why they continue following. It's not like I just put out content that's not relevant at all to someone. Remember, relationships add value. If I am constantly doing something to add value to their life, and they appreciate that for them that is value as well, then they're going to continue wanting to receive the same value. We're going to build a relationship, and it's going to get to the point where people will genuinely want to come to you, and that's your chance to get to know the people who've been watching you if you didn't know already. And it's a very, very powerful thing, honestly, because that way you're not spending your physical time with each and every person. You can talk to 100 people at one time with your content, and 100 people can get to know you as you show up every day one time. It's amazing. It really is. So let's use some analogies, right, to help us relate a bit more, because I do understand that, it's just helpful when we can relate to other things that we're more related with. Okay, so say online marketing, online dating. Basically dating, I've been told by my mentor, for example, is pretty much everything in life is a sales process, and equally so is dating, in the sense of what are we trying to convey, what are we trying to do for the other person, whatever, all that sort of stuff, right? So think about it like this, okay? I can say this, I'm a single person, right? So this is very relevant to me if I'm trying to look for a partner, okay? Who is the type of person that you would actually want to date, right? And when I say that, I mean, who do you want to date, right? You're not going to start off with something to do with convenience, something to do with, who might be for me, right? You want to think, who do you want to date, right? Now, let's say in business, people understand, you have to know your target market. You have to know who is it you want to serve. As you know, you have to know your target market and who is your thing for. But if you're only thinking about who is it that your offer is for, and you've forgotten about who you most want, it's going to get to a point, yes, you've got something that's relevant for your target market, but you might not enjoy this whole thing. You might not enjoy the people that you're serving. Does that make sense? Type 1 if you agree. because how well you do in your business depends on how well you work it, right? And if you're enjoying the process, just like in life, the quality of your life very highly depends on the quality of your relationships, right? So you're the business owner. You get to choose who it is you work with. Why would you choose people you're not as excited about to work with, to want to help with what, yeah? And that's also important because niching is very important when you start. But I think one very big point to mention is about the whole who is your type, right? Just like in dating. And I'll quickly go through this analogy because that was the main point I did want to bring up, but it is similar. So where would you go to find that person, right? Let's say I want a very calm and spiritual, kind of girl, right, for a future lifetime. Future partner, and I go to a club. Am I going to meet her there? Most likely not, right? If she's true to her, her ideas. And same with online, right? There's actually many platforms where it's very relevant who you can find for what it is you're offering, right? The people you want to serve generally are the people who have the problem that you have the solution for. There are ways to find these people online. For example, I actually go into Facebook fan pages and Facebook groups. So I actually know my exact target market, being knowing they're highly into personal development and knowing that Facebook is full of groups and fan pages like that. I'm going to easily find a lot of people who are highly relevant to what I want to help with, which is limiting beliefs, which is make more money because they understand it can lead to more freedom and make use of more potential of them. So yeah, like they're very relevant places you can go to. And again, you don't have to pay money to get to your target market. Then obviously you want to connect a lot more. And this is also a relevant example. Again, dating world. If you want to get someone's number, don't really have to say that. But if you want to, you want someone's number, right? Because you want to carry on the connection, the relationship, whatever, even in that single phase. If I know this, for example, if a girl gives me their number, it's not like they're automatically going to answer their text or answer their phone if I was to actually message him, right? They kind of just give it and then they might not be as keen. So it's also the same in business as well. Like when you connect, you want them to connect with intention, right? You're going to save a lot of time if you're actually connecting to the right people and that they have an intention that they're actually happy to know you, right? You're going to waste a lot of time if you're just constantly finding anyone and everyone, right? And then hoping that they'll also want to get back to you or anything like that. So these are just things to consider. They're very important. And then obviously, yeah, you want a few interactions before you even try and offer something, right? There's actually a stat. I think it's after one interaction, there's like a 1% chance of someone joining you or your business, your company, or being your client. After 2 interactions, maybe 2%, 3 interactions, maybe 5%, 4 interactions, maybe 12%. But after 5 interactions, it actually shoots up to like 60 to 80%. Massive jump, something around that, but that's a proven stat. And when I say interactions, that could be a conversation, that could be them watching you on a Facebook Live, that could then be watching you on a training. But interactions, think about the number of times you've interacted with someone before you try and offer them something. Because a lot of people on social media, they're very quick to offer something. They have literally no interest in you. They just want to put their offer out, and that's not cool. So just remember some of these things, like, even the difference between 3 connections and 3 interactions and 5 interactions, very important. And yeah, I mentioned a bit about attraction marketing, but I'll come back to that again after. Okay. So I hope that analogy was relevant in terms of understandable. Please type 2 if that was useful. I'll know if it was or not. Okay, great. Some people have. Yeah. Cool. It's very obvious stuff, but I just want to point stuff out because at the end, when someone puts together a checklist of why they didn't make a sale, they're going to find that some of these boxes weren't checked. Okay. The golden rule I have, and my mentor taught me as well, my millionaire mentor. He says, if you want to earn X, you need to give 10x of value to the marketplace. Remember, relationships add value. There are so many people who complain that people don't want their stuff, people are not buying into what they want, but really, what have they done to deserve that, right? If you're giving good value out, you do deserve that. But quite a lot of times people are not putting their value out. They have the value in them, but they're actually not getting it out, right? They've spent all this time learning. They understand their stuff so well, but they don't know that. The market doesn't know that. So of course they're not going to earn something. And it's not just about giving X. You got to give 10X. You got to give so much now these days. People want free stuff. People want so much before they really decide to know, like, and trust you. They want a lot because others are doing this as well, right? So a good rule, make sure you're giving out 10X of value before they've even bought from you, right? So that's why it's important to have all kinds of content ready such that you just have it ready. You don't need to have loads of content. You just need to have a piece that you can hand to someone that's actually worth 10X of, what they actually want, right? So the question you have to ask yourself is, do you feel like you are currently giving 10X worth of value to your people, right? This doesn't need to be value that costs you, right? Because in the information age, information is value, right? So once you made it once and you copy and paste it, it doesn't cost anything to do that. Back in the day when the businesses were brick and mortar, you had to duplicate these physical products that would have a physical cost. But in the information age, you can actually give tons of value. And it doesn't have to cost you. It's actually helping you only gain, right? And do they feel like they are getting 10X value from you? That's very important as well, because you might feel you're giving great value, but is it? Check. Is this something that's really of value to them? So they're very simple points, but I like to keep things simple so it's covered. Here you go. They buy into the message and the messenger. Okay, so the message is essentially that marketing message, something that really stands out. It goes quite deep, right? It's got to really hit the emotions, right? They buy into the message and the messenger. So that's you, the marketer, the person with the message. That's all it takes, because you know what? When they buy, they have no idea what's inside. They have no idea that this is going to work for them. They have no idea that what you're saying in your message is actually going to get delivered. They have no idea. So what are they buying? They're buying into the message and they're buying into the messenger, right? I actually, there's a very good example. Let me just get a book. So here's an example of a book, right? Now, I was at an event where the presenter, he had a book, right? He had a great book here. We were at his event, right? And he said, you know what? This has got all my secrets for every single thing that I've done till now. Who here would want this for £10, right? So obviously people in the front row got up very quickly. And then before he gave them the book, he said, hold on one second. And he went like this with the book. And it was actually all blank. It was all blank. So they were just going to buy a blank book, right? Why did they commit to buying? They didn't look inside the book. They didn't know that this is really going to help them. What's your thoughts on that? What have they bought? Why did they kind of commit? They got up from their chair. They were going to pay £10. What do you think it was? Lalit says they bought into the messenger. Exactly. Does that sound interesting to you guys? Like, sometimes you don't even have to have the product to actually make your sales. Obviously, you want to deliver to your promise, but what I'm saying is the power of you to them, right? Obviously, he was an authority and he was at that stage, but it works in steps, right? As long as you've got a message that resonates with someone And as long as you've got that message, as long as you are that message as well, they're really going to buy into you. So these are the kind of ideas that you want to think about when, it's very important. What is your message? Are you being the message? If I quickly share what my message is about, it's all about breakthrough, right? My tagline, my strapline is break through your first few online sales, break through your mind blocks, because at first your mind is so blocked, you don't even get to that stage. But when you break through those sales, your belief shoots through the roof that you can do it again and again and again. So you break through your mind blocks. And you know that phrase, master one, master all? Sometimes it's the tiniest of things that can really open up all doors. So you want a message that resonates with people and something that you really believe in, that you'll happily commit to putting content out around, and such that people buy into it. And when I was talking about your intentions, that's what I mean. These are powerful things, but a lot of people make money by scamming people because they don't actually deliver on their promise. But that's just what it is. That's this industry a little bit. Okay. Just like how I mentioned the person was an authority, this is probably the most important quality that you need as a marketer that people don't realize they actually need. You have to be a leader in their eyes, otherwise they'll buy from someone else. When I say that, sorry, I mean, sometimes people have that block. I can't sell to them. They won't buy from me. Okay, that just means they'll buy from someone else. They assume that this person won't buy their thing. They treat it as they'll just never buy. They don't want it. But actually then they're looking for a solution. They buy from someone else, right? They've not let a sale go, but they've actually let this person buy from someone else. Who's to know if that someone else is going to deliver the promise just as much as you would? If they would, then you need to raise your game to deliver your promise better. Also give something a bit more that they really want it. So yeah, as a leader, I don't mean any position or titles or results factors, anything like that. A leader is simply someone who's ahead of the other. It's simple as that. If you've got more experience in something, more knowledge in something, and you can share and teach that, then you're a leader in that. You're not a leader in all areas of your life, but you're a leader in your niche, in your specialty, in your expertise, in your business of that, right? If you've got people you can serve who are behind you in that, you've got so much to give. And if you're the person giving and you're the one they see the most, they will want to buy from you. They don't want to buy from someone they've not known. They haven't got a relationship with them, right? So remember, it's about being your best self as well. That's why I love this. It's actually helping you with your personal development more than anything else. It's a lot of personal development in this industry. So some good questions to ask as a leader, very harmless, right? Not inquisitive. Just what's your biggest challenge right now, right? Like I said, if they've got that relationship with you, they see you as a leader, they know, like, and trust you, they'll actually want to answer that truthfully, right? And again, remember what I said, if they answer that question, it shows they actually might want a solution to that problem. And if you've got that, you've got a very good chance of helping them. And also, have you ever tried ... something to do with what you're offering, not necessarily coming from you, but at least you understand, are they a buyer? Are they someone who buys? Are they someone who buys into this concept, this idea, before you even position your offer, right? Because relationships are very important. Like I think Warren Buffett said, you can spend 5 years building a good quality relationship, but you can also spend 2 seconds breaking it, or something small like that, right? It's one of those things. So come in at the right time. That's important. Obviously, if you don't mind risking, sometimes we have to, right? We don't know ourselves when the right time is, but you can consider certain things when it's more appropriate by these sort of things. Know, like, and trust, I've mentioned many times. It's very interesting. Let's say likability, yeah? If you've got things in common with the other person and you show that and they know that, they're actually gonna like you. That's just the case. If you're actually both really passionate or really interested in the same sort of stuff and you share that and you expand on that with each other, you're gonna get them to like you. Just try it. Brand new people. With social media, first of all, you can find people who have common interests, right? So that makes it easier to start with rather than trying to figure it out. also you can actually see more about them. There's lots of data on them on their Facebook profile, for example. They won't even realize all the pages they've liked, all the groups that they're in. It actually is information. Some people hide it, but it's actually there to see. And you can actually use that to start conversations. So that's important. Obviously, trust. How do you build trust? You know what? A big part of trust is consistency. You know, if you're going to be someone that helps them, that offering to help them, they want to see that you're consistent about how much you're there. So if you're constantly showing up in your content, they'll have a bit more trust in you. Is that fair to say? And if they've seen you many, many times, consistency. You know, there's a great quote about leadership, about growth in general. So if someone goes to the gym and they're you know, using weights, when is the point in time they actually grew very built? Is there a single point in time? When is the time someone became a leader? Is there a single point in time? When is the time that these two people actually, wow, this is the thing. Now this is the spark. This is the real relationship. Is there ever really the one single time? It's actually a consistent, it's a process of consistency. That is what develops leadership, the strength, the growth. It's not one single point in time. Like once you've done it, right, that's it, I'm that forever. Definitely not. But also, it's not like wait till that one perfect time, now you're a leader. No, it's a consistent thing. So same with know, like, and trust. Same with building trust, especially. It's the consistency. When do they trust you? Not one single point in time. Yes, sometimes it can amplify it, but it's the consistency. So again, how much do you want to be with them? How much you want to do for them? That's about who you choose to serve. And also, yeah, if they like or aspire to be like you, that really helps. But that can happen for everyone. I genuinely believe that, right? People have so much potential within them. If they release that and if they bring that out, whilst others aren't, people are going to want to be like them or aspire to be like them, right? So just some very important tips when it comes to relationship building. It also is about relationship with yourself, but I'll talk about that later as well. This is the best quote you'll probably want to note down, even though it's a very popular quote, very important quote. They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I'll say it again. They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Ah, Esther. Hi, Esther. This is a great quote. And honestly, I forget about this myself sometimes, right? I am a caring person, but you know what? Sometimes I really do forget to show how much I care before I show how much I know. Because sometimes I get so excited to share a piece of knowledge that I think will help them. But it's important to take that step before you show what you know to show that you care. Anytime you're considering a selling process, even a marketing process, very helpful to show how much you care. And here's a question I'd ask you that you want to write to yourself. Say you're talking about your customers, your perfect avatars or anything like that. Why do you care for them? Can you really explain that specific about them such that when they hear it, they'll feel it? We're not talking about why. When we say you have to have a why, I actually think you need to have multiple whys. First, obviously, the why for yourself, so you do the work and take action. And that can include why you care for them. But you want that very distinct why. Why do you care for them? That will really help you get up and take action when you see that. So, for example, if some of my target market, it is basically a lot of husbands and fathers. And why do I care for them? Because growing up, my dad, he actually worked 7 days a week from the ages of when I was 5 to 25 years old. So I was away from my father quite a lot. So you kind of lose a lot of this kind of, like competence kind of teachings, that kind of close relationship where you learn from a kid, that kind of stuff in life. And obviously it's not nice for him. He's away from his family 7 days a week. And, obviously mothers look after their children a lot, and fathers have to take care of a lot of financial responsibility. And there's so many fathers out there who do worry so much about money, as would mine, as would anyone, right? And I really care about that because it helps their whole family, right? And if I can help those fathers, and knowing as well that the future generation, it does come down to the parents. It's not really about the children, right? We could want to reach the children, but end of the day, the parents are their teachers. And unless the parents are best positioned as the best version of themselves, which they can if they have more freedom, much more, that's the way I think to help the future generation. So yeah, I care about helping at the parents level, as well as people my age as well. But I really care about that market. So when someone hears that, they're not even going to think I'm trying to sell them. I'm genuinely saying I want to help you, and I've explained why. Does that make sense? You can type a 2 if that makes sense. Cool. And another reason why you want to show why you care is because if you don't show, remember the word is show, that's what marketing is. It's you got to show it. Even if you have it, you got to show it. Otherwise they won't know it. Even if you show how much you care, sorry. If you don't show how much you care, they're going to make up why you care. Especially in our industry of, for example, make money online or online marketing. They're going to make up why you care. And what's that reason they're going to make up? Can you guess? They're basically going to make up that you want their money. They're going to make it up, even if that's not your intention. There you go. Make money out of them. So it's really important within your marketing message, within your thinking, within your thinking actually as well. Why do you care for them? It's good to write that one down and to answer it to yourself, especially if you've got a particular niche. But like I said, they won't think you're trying to sell them. They'll actually really want to know now how much you know, because you are going to know a lot. And making the sale, honestly, if your marketing is done so well, that's 90% of the sales process. The selling is just the exchange of the value for money. Everything else is still marketing, in my opinion. So if your marketing is so good, your selling is almost done. It's just to help them get over the fence, because you've done stuff, you showed leadership, you've done stuff to show you care, you've done stuff to understand their pain, and you've done stuff to understand them. Provide the ticket to their promised land that they're searching for. As long as they know, like, and trust you, they may be willing to take a look at it. And when money's involved and you learn how to remove the objection of money, or you just get those emotions going so much, logic's not happening, they just want it. Obviously, it comes from a good place because you know it's best for them. You can make your sale to a cold market person with your content, with your relationship building online, which is very possible. So what's the thing that will stop you, even though I've given you all this knowledge, right? Your mind. It's just same with everything, right? Your mindset is your life set. That will determine where you get to, right? And, marketing, it's just a vehicle of using your mind for something, for your growth. And for example, fear of putting yourself out there. That's got to be people's biggest fears when it comes to getting started online. For whatever reason, right? But their self-worth. When it comes to selling, if you don't value yourself, how can they value you? And when your product is basically a part of you, how can they buy into that, right? So self-worth's a big thing. Procrastination. People just get lazy these days. There's especially so much information overload coming on people from everywhere. This might be one example, extra information coming to you, but hopefully useful. They've not got any guidance. How do they actually go about this journey? How do they, they're so stuck. They have ideas, but there's no guidance, right? They've had some failures or undesired outcomes. They've tried and it's not worked. Self-sabotage themselves. People are very good at that, where they're on the road to success, but then all of a sudden they self-sabotage. It's human condition, so it is a very serious thing. Like, it's just as serious as any other physical condition, but I'm very passionate, again, like I said, about lifting that. Inconsistency as well, because, we said how important consistency is in a very subtle way, but it is. Ego. So, for example, if someone thinks they know it all, it will come across that way within the marketing as well. Limiting beliefs, of course. Complicating the process. Honestly, it's a very simple process when we really understand some basics, but we just love to sometimes do extra stuff. Old habits, because we've had that employee life skill set and mindset, then yeah, old habits can get in the way. For example, your working ethic, not working ethics, your level of working, and your it depends how much you are loving your job or not, but yeah, it will come down to a lot of habits and the relationship with yourself. This is all about relationships in marketing and other cold market, but you got to have a great warm relationship with yourself as well. Know who you are. Okay, so I wanted to do just a bit of mentoring demonstration, because I wanted to ask anyone here who's facing any challenges regarding their marketing, regarding their, this idea of building relationship with their prospects. Anyone here who is who would like, as a demo, if they don't mind sharing what their challenge is and me helping give my advice that could help solve that, I can do that right now. Anyone? Suzanne, you had some challenges. You can type them. If you have no challenges, then what were you doing here? Okay, let's ask. Oops. Let's have a look at what Suzanne's written. Esther needs help. What do you need help with, Esther? Please share.
Hey, Andy, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. I can hear you.
Hey. Hold on, let me just start the video.
Ah.
So what about, how do you segue some of your conversations into going into your pitch, or at what point do you talk about the business?
Good question. So like I was saying before, like there's some sort of like in between qualification bits, right? To understand, are they a type of buyer? And also, are they facing any type of challenge in their life? Like, what is it that they want? Are they going to tell us that in the first place? We need to have that relationship for them to want to tell us. And this is the thing. This is one real takeaway I got from a sales talk that I went to at a live event, at a Grant Cardone event. And it was, the title of the presentation was, how do you pitch or sell to someone without feeling salesy, right? Great topic. I couldn't wait to hear about it. But essentially it's coming from like a problem solving position, right? And if they admit to themselves they have a problem, they're in that surrender phase, and they are, because they actually do have that problem and they've actually talked it out to you. You've got, that's the open door to come in and say, well, hey, look, remember, you're coming from a place you want to help, and you have a reason why you want to help them, right? I think then whenever I go into the conversation around that, right, I haven't ever talked about I've got something. Sometimes I've made the mistake. I've said, I've got this course, I've got this thing, and actually notice the atmosphere changed a bit. But if I talk more about, are you searching for that solution? Is that something you really want? How much would you want that? And they've given their yes, they've given their in. Oh, guess what? I've got something. Would you like to take a look at that? I didn't know you had that problem, even though you might have known already. But through conversation, I honestly think when we, like, why should someone find it awkward if we want to say we want to help them? Because I know a lot of people love to help. Maybe there is certain things, right, that can allow us to help better with their permission. But I generally think, right, coming from a place of solving their problem where they're aware of their problem, right? We might be aware of their problem, but they've got to be aware of their problem.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for asking. Okay, great. Thank you. I was going to do one demo. I think that's enough because I just want to quickly get on with some other things. So I'm going to not take too long, maybe an extra 15 minutes. Hopefully that's okay. Um, okay. So like I said, I'm a mentor, right? I've done my affiliate marketing and I'm really happy with my results, but I really want to help others get their results, right? There's another quote by Zig Ziglar who said that they don't know how much you care, but in life, if you help other people get what they want, you will get what you want, right? In a logical way, in a spiritual way, whatever. And I genuinely believe in that. And I love helping others. I can't explain why, but I do. And especially the idea of lifting their beliefs, lifting their limitations, right? And I do think with the vehicle of online marketing, which is a vehicle of a business, right? Where they actually, this pay has come into my account. Wow, that's a new reality. Like I love that feeling. We've all had that feeling. If we like Esther, you've actually had that feeling, right? You might not have believed it once, but we've had some of that training and it's amazing. Like that, it's become a bit normal sometimes. And it's like, whoa, we need a new, like, why again? We need a new, like, thing to like want to believe for again. But consistency is a big thing when it comes to anything. But honestly, yeah, I love mentoring. And with all these guys here, like you can see, you might have seen this testimony I did with Mohammed. He's a fitness instructor. And for a long time, he's in network marketing and fitness, but he just wasn't succeeding. And I knew this whilst I was talking to him. And now he knows exactly what to do. He's actually getting people coming to him, which he can never do before. And genuinely, he's a 10 out of 10 confidence. That's what I love to hear about it. He said he's a 10 out of 10 confidence every day I speak to him. That's such a great thing to do for someone when you help them feel super confident. And there are a few other people. I'll quickly tell you about Milena, for example. This is interesting, actually. I didn't plan to do this, but when I started working with Milena, who's also worked in network marketing for 6 years, she's not got to where she wants to, right? She's had a lot of struggles. And I asked her when we started, let's write down some challenges that you have. So this is after she came to my mentorship, which is only 2 months ago. She wrote down all these challenges. She's very good like that, right? She's very good at, detailing and, following instructions to give an exercise and all that. But she wrote all this stuff, especially around time-related stuff. Sometimes she wasn't confident about herself to take pictures and just doing stuff to give value. Remember, it comes down to how much value you're putting out there. You need to feel your self-worth and all that stuff before you obviously can do that. So those are her before comments, a lot of challenges you can see. And then I asked her the other day, hey, can you write down like top 3 things that my mentorship has really helped you with? And honestly, if you see her now, she's a changed person, right? For someone going 6 years and then all of a sudden now she's got it, I was just so happy to see that. And I knew it was going to be possible because as long as a person's got the right mindset and the right heart, I know that someone can actually succeed. So if you see her page now, like she's putting out so much value, so much people are valuing that as well. And she's doing really, really well. So, she said there, like she knows how to connect with the right people, how to brand herself more effectively, how to add a good number of quality prospects in a week. So again, building your network, how to create instant rapport with people when we are chatting on Messenger and get faster to conversation about business. That's the key. Because you want to spend all this time chitty chatty stuff, but you also don't want to be like too quick, right? So honestly, the content you put out there will make all the difference, especially if you know what type of content to put out. So just to recap what we've done, what it takes, knowing who's the right people for you, talking about that dating analogy, you got to give 10x the value. What is your message? And you be the messenger of that message and become the message as well. Make sure you have that know, like, and trust factor. Your content relationships are the most powerful thing that's going to happen for you. Make sure you care for the other person, solve the problem, be the ticket to their promised land, and don't let your mind block you. Okay, so that's what we've talked about so far. Hopefully I've given you a lot of value. And just want to ask, guys, how was that? Have you gotten a lot of value from this webinar, this web training so far? It's got some chats here. Okay. Oh, I hope you have. I just want to ask as well if it's okay. Yeah. If you've got a lot of value, hopefully you have. Is it okay? Do I have your permission to show you what else that I have got? Would that be okay? Just type 1 if that's okay, and type 0 if that's not okay. I don't mind. I'm not attached. Okay, great. Some people are saying okay. Okay, awesome. I shall continue then to share. I won't be too long as well. So I've actually created an online course, and I'm just going to go to it now. So I've created an online course all around online marketing. Okay, I've actually put together my best value into this. When I say best, like some of the most important stuff that is just necessity. We have to cover this for this to kind of go, you know, in a smooth, consistent way. So I created an online course on, you know, using a platform. I've done this. I've been working on this over the last few weeks, but I finally put it together. So you're one of the first few people who've seen this, especially on live. But I've given out everything from the power of Facebook, so you actually have an understanding of how powerful position you're in if you're using it, and succeeding in this industry and what it really takes and what people don't tell you. This is stuff that my millionaire mentor taught me, which I was then able to teach a lot of people who've been doing it for more years than me, and I was just a few months in. So you get all the secrets about what actually works. Literally, if you just browse the contents there, you probably see what you get a lot of value as well. And, you know, I go into everything. Again, who do you want to serve in relationships? Getting you set up so that you look like a leader, you look like an authority in your position. A bit about mentorship, because this is also not just an online program. One thing I'll mention is I'm not a believer of online programs. They're great, they have content just like everything else. But I know to get the best out of a student, they need the mentorship. Just like I did, just like many others actually do as well. You need the mentorship combined with the actual information. Unless you want to go on a longer learning curve, mentorship is basically going to help you shortcut the learning curve, and it's going to help you not make a lot of mistakes. And, you know, if you haven't got the time to make mistakes, then why not have a mentor to invest in? A lot about content, a lot about what is value. You know, a lot of people don't even understand what value is other than solving a problem, and understanding your market. So I could go on about that, but anyway, there's that. And the reason I did create it was because, just go back here. Again, I care for the marketplace, right? So I've actually given a lot of my best value in that, but I'm also giving my time. So that actually does come with my mentorship on a weekly basis, and it does have some one-to-one interaction as well. That's fine. The reason being, again, I want to see people get results. And this is actually meant such that people take action. So actually, I'll quickly browse here again, if that was the screen. One second. So you'll notice, for example, you know, let's say, not yet there. Sorry, I'll just go to any topic, right? Okay, action to take before moving on. You know, you watch a video, all that stuff, but you actually do like something, right? Because a lot of people love to go for these programs and just watch and move on, and that's it, right? But I actually give you something to do that's actually useful, such that you really show you understand the concept, and I keep you accountable to it as well, right? Accountability is the missing key that a lot of people don't have when they just work on their own, right? Because you can just easily choose not to do the work that you set yourself to do. So I do that in literally most modules, and a lot of other exciting stuff in there, which I don't have time to show you all of that, but I'm sure if you're interested, then I can talk to you about it. What it will do for you, that program, as well with my mentorship, it will literally make you the online attractor factor. It will save you so much time trying how to work out this industry. Even if you haven't got a business or anything like that, it still comes down to you, right? So it will help you get your breakthrough sales if you've not got there yet. Even if that's just to get some clients, even some free clients, just to test out your product, test out your training, all that sort of stuff. Like I said, the relationship building, they will want that solution to their problem. You will get incoming inquiries, which is a lot nicer than going out there and prospecting. you will have results. And because you have results, you can market results. Then you literally go exponential. You'll become an amazing action taker. Like, we all need that. And I'm all about helping people take action. And you can apply it to any business, right? So if you have this training, it's not just for one business that you have now. You can apply it to anything, offline as well. The reason why, again, is because I know how hard it is when you don't have the right support. So when I say why, I mean why I'm also including my mentorship rather than just the program. I know how hard it is, even if you don't have the right support. And I don't want you to give up if you're ever in a position where it is getting hard, right? You've got the sources, but you're going to have me to help you keep afloat. I don't want you to be lost and overwhelmed. I'm actually very careful about those videos. I make them bite-sized. And when I teach my students, they'll say this as well, I very much take it step by step. I understand exactly where they are at each day, and I take it step by step. And I want you to break through limitations. This is the thing. Yes, breakthrough sales is great, but I really care about it because I know it will unlock so much mind blocks within you. So, and you'll see results, which you'll really want. Okay, so my own online course, like I said, I created it myself. I value it at $497. It's probably worth a lot more, actually, because I've taken a lot of learnings from, again, I've invested a lot into myself, including all my mentors. And I kind of put together a lot of the good learnings in one place, but let's say it's $497. Plus 1 year of mentorship with me, where you get one-to-one calls, you get group student calls, like you saw on the previous slide, all my students were together, and we're exchanging that value. So that's just really good. You get like-minded individuals to practice your journey in as well. And you get my mentoring Facebook group, which I can quickly show you here. It's not this one, got another one. So just a few people getting started recently. Yeah, I basically just got a group here, and this is great. I show accountability so people respond, and that will help you as well. One sec. Yeah, it's basically I've got an accountability system so people actually carry on taking action. And that is why I know my students have succeeded after 6 years of not, after 3 years of not. And especially compared to others who are also going through the same type of thing. But, I show up so much and give all the value so people are generally benefiting from it. Just quickly go back here. So, okay. Just to recap the offer, I want to share with you because I want to give this to people, right? And I hope people value it enough that they want it. So my course is worth $497. My mentorship with the add-ons, I'd value it at $3,000 because remember, it comes in my time, especially voluntary time with one-to-ones. And altogether, that has a value of $3,497. And the price reveal, I'm sure you're looking to wait to see, is I'd normally value it at a $497 price. That's what I'd actually go for retail. But just for today, I'm actually going to do it for $247, right? That includes, like I said here, your course, your mentorship, and altogether that's worth $497 in value, right? So what you've learned from today, that's in there as well, but literally every single thing else in marketing. And I can show you a free sample of this course as well. Plus one more bonus I want to give to people, especially if money is an issue. Like I said, I care so much about people's, when they worry about financial stuff and, they don't know about their marketing already, but as long as they have their trust that they can actually follow something that's proven to get results, not just for me, but for many, many others, right? Ordinary people. Honestly, I've met very, very ordinary people who are nowhere near as geeked out at marketing like I am, yet they're getting so many results. And let me just show you some proof of that as well, right? Because I don't like to just talk about results and data. I like to show you. So give me a second. So basically, it's around an affiliate marketing system. And I'll just quickly show you. If I just typed in example franchise sale, these are all the results that people are getting. So oftentimes in network marketing companies or other companies, these kind of results are not that common, especially these big numbers, but look at the dates. They're very recent dates of people getting results on a daily basis. You saw the results that I had earlier on, $3,000. They're all from this system. and you can see real results of happening. So when it comes to marketing, especially in affiliate marketing, you want to make sure that even if you've not got your own results, there are results to market, right? Because people are not going to believe in it if you're the only one doing it. They want to see everyone is getting results. And quite often when I speak to people, if they're struggling in their network marketing company, that's fine, that's normal. But if everyone's struggling, that's not normal, or that's not good, right? You want to be in a place where everyone is getting results. And yeah, like I'm showing you here, these are all ordinary people, right? I go into them again and again, but just wanted to show you that the proof is there. So the great thing about this system is, like I said, we're talking about relationship building and selling, right? And, between marketing and selling, there's just that fine line of asking for money, isn't there? And if someone's uncomfortable with selling, that's a bit of an issue, right? Not an issue, but it's a learned skill. But what if you didn't actually have to do any of the selling yourself? What if you actually had someone to do all the selling for you, right? On products that are high in demand, that people are genuinely want, as long as there's a market for what you're promoting, right? That thing can get sold. What if you didn't have to do that selling? What if you could hire professionals to do the selling for you, such that your job is then only just to market as a marketer would do, right? Well, a lot of people, when they market, they have to market and they have to sell, especially when it's high ticket products. That's not an easy thing. So truth be told, the reason I got more into my growing my business, a lot of my sales, I didn't have to do the selling myself, right? I love to give value. I know that 90% of the selling has been done because I built up that know, like, and trust. But I was uncomfortable at just asking for money, or especially like, having to ask for, say, to make a $3,000 sale. It was slightly uncomfortable. And luckily I didn't have to do it because I had a team of salespeople working for me. And at just a retail price of $77, that's what got me started. That's incredible. So, having a sales team work for me and having all these products made for me, I could go on about the system. It's probably too much to know right now, but there's a value of $5,000, and at retail it's $77. So I showed you the results that others are getting. So the final price point, if I was to include the marketing course, my mentorship with it as well, an affiliate marketing system, which I just mentioned, where the selling is done for you. This is your way to make money without doing the selling. I've never seen that anywhere before. But what it would have to do is drive traffic to free products, to free or low price products, whichever ones are suited to the person. And then the coaches will do the higher ticket selling for you, right? You can actually earn yourself $3,000 days. Trust me, that really will change your life. So an affiliate marketing system, which will also come with my mentorship, because I know this system, I know how to work it. Today's price, all of that, $77 plus the price of the course. Because you're on this webinar, it is only $120 for the system, for the course, for my time and my mentorship, and helping you on your journey, lift all your mindset and limiting beliefs, everything you could possibly want. I don't know what more I could offer. If you've got any ideas, please let me know, because I always love to see how much more I can give. And you know what? I even give a 30-day money-back guarantee, right? I can show you the price here. It's the same thing. Because you're on the webinar, a 30-day money-back guarantee. Because quite frankly, if I haven't added 10x of value to your life and your business in this time, I don't deserve your money. That's my belief, honestly. Like I said before, this is a powerful, powerful industry, powerful marketing techniques that you can use in your business, but obviously I'm using as well. And I don't believe in, selling something before someone gets a chance to see it and then they don't get a chance to redeem it if it's not what they expected, right? So I actually give a 30-day money-back guarantee on everything, whether it's the course, the system, whatever, right? I think that's fair. That's when I actually like to buy, when there's a money-back guarantee involved, then I feel more safe. So to take advantage of this crazy offer, you just have to go to this website right now. It won't be on the page for long. right? Because it is a promotional offer. www.andybimji.com/online course. When you go to that website, I actually recently created the page, so the video I know is not working right now, unfortunately, but the page has all the details to my online course, right, where you can access a lot of the material for free. And it would also give you an option if you want to see what the system that I referred to is about. And of course, you can talk to me anytime you want, but that offer won't stay up for too long, maybe until Friday. I'm going to see how quickly I can put up my replay page, but I do like people to take action. Like I said at the beginning, this is about taking action, and this is one example of it. So I want you, if you are like considering making an income from online marketing because you understand the potential of it, like I said, that whole thing of, you know, how easy it actually is to build relationships, because that's what's going to take for you to make sales, by the way. You cannot make money of cold people if they have no idea who you are and the value of you, all that sort of stuff. If you're passionate about something, remember, what is your message that you want to share with the world? What is your message? If you're passionate about your message and you want to get that across to the world, essentially, right? That's the marketing on its own. You don't need to make sales out of that. But if you're just passionate about your message, just like it gets across to others and they get to have that, receive that, I want to help you as well. And and you want to share that with others too. If you really want a breakthrough, this is my favorite thing I like to help with, right? I help with marketing, I help with everything, but I love helping with breakthroughs. When a breakthrough with limiting beliefs, mindsets, anything, especially if you're also into online marketing where you just have that block, I want to make that sale, I want to help you as well. Because I've been on that journey. That breakthrough is, it's so powerful. Like literally, we have people making breakthroughs in our groups. They come back and their emotions are so high. Like this is way more than about money. Trust me, lifting your limiting beliefs and breaking through, it's going to change your life, no doubt. If you really want the freedom, honestly, this is the best era to live in with the internet that we've got, all the social media stuff. You can do this, right? I've seen it in real life. I just know it works. You just got to be consistent at doing it. How much do you want it? If you really want that freedom and you want to be free from worry of money, especially, I really want to help you because I love to give. So take advantage of this crazy offer. That's it, no more slides now, but there's the link to the course, which also will show you the system as well when you look at the page. So thank you. Thank you, and I hope you got a lot. I mean it, I really hope you got a lot of value. I've actually also, like I mentioned at the beginning, I had a free gift that I made for you for joining this webinar. If you go to www.andybimji.com/mindsetvalue, if you go to that, you'll see that I've made an Excel tool. So it works better on your laptop, but you can see it anywhere on the mobile. When you see it, you'll understand it, but it will really help you lift your mindset because you'll really be aware of what it is you want to improve on. And of course, when my students have that with me in my mentorship and we go through this and we actually work together at changing that, you've seen some of the examples, right? People have changed so much, and I can share more about that if you want. But yeah, I've made a free gift for you. So please go onto that website. Again, I don't think the video is working right now, but I will get it working. Download that Excel tool and, make use of it. If you have any questions about that, do let me know. That's my last bit from me. Thank you guys. You guys have stayed on till the end. I really appreciate that. So I really do hope you got a lot of value. Don't just use that phrase so much, but what it is you said you came for at the beginning of this webinar. Maybe just write in the chat box a 1 if you actually did get what you wanted. Can you put that link address again? Yeah, sure. I'll leave it here. That would be this one. Right. So which link address are we talking about? But yeah, if you did get what you wanted, if you got more than what you wanted, even, write 1 with an exclamation mark. I don't know, something. Just indicate to me, please. How was this webinar for you? I really hope you do make use of it, and I hope you've got stuff to take away, even if any of the offers aren't fully for you. Okay, just got a couple of questions. Okay, I see what you're saying. I'll keep this chat box on the side. I'll come back to it in a second. Thank you for messaging. But any questions, guys? Any questions? Maybe if I've not covered something, if there's something you would love to know the answer of, I can only cover so much in an hour. Is there any questions that anyone has regarding anything, especially the topic? Anyone? I'm in no rush, so I can probably wait here. And if people want to go, that they absolutely can. Thank you, Gavin, for staying. But if you have any questions, please do. Whilst I'm here, especially, it'd be a good time to get your answer. If you want to write in a private chat, I can answer anonymously. Yeah, sure. Yeah, thanks for joining, Esther. Nice to see you. Okay, if that's all, then just type 2 and say that's it. So I know that's okay. But I'm in no rush, so I can stay here until everyone's happy. Awesome. Okay, so I just thought I'd leave the other links up. I think I put it here. Okay, so I'm going to stay on share screen until everyone leaves. Essentially, that's what the host would do. They'll never leave before everyone else. So just, appreciate you guys for staying on. Okay. Awesome. No worries, Helen. That's absolutely fine. Jason, good to see you here. I think. Hey. Bye, Lilita. Have a nice evening or night. Yeah. Helen, did you ask a question that I didn't answer? Oh, I'll think of some questions and come back to you. Yes, I did see your question. It's the, yeah. Some people have said that, yeah. Some people have sent some private messages and I'm answering saying, I'll come back to you. I'm not quite sure I understand the question, but that's fine. We can speak privately properly. Okay, great. Well, oh, the other person on the line is my phone, so I'll let him leave.
Bye.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Srisha gone. All right, and also if you're on the replay, right? I haven't forgotten you out, but this is obviously a replay of the webinar. It's a shame you couldn't come here live. I could have helped you answer your questions around this topic, right? It's such a big topic, but if you are interested to learn more about this topic, whatever it was you signed up for to come here, I really do hope I delivered on the value. Do consider this offer that I've created. The reason why the price is so low, you might be thinking, why is it so low? Such a lot of value is, I genuinely believe that I will deliver 10x the value, at least on what you're paying. So you'll be happy with that. And I genuinely think you will get so much results. And as a mentor, that is value to me, right? If I can keep marketing other students' results, that's what it's about for me. And I think that's the way it should be. So please consider this offer. Prices will definitely go up because I'm sure more people will take this on as they see it. And, the more my students will get their results, that does increase my price point. That's how the market works. So thank you for tuning on the replay. I do appreciate it. Do reach out to me. Do go onto this link. You can actually get access to some free content. And when we speak in private, then you can ask me all the questions more you want. So everyone watching, appreciate you being there. And that is all. Peace out. Cheers.